Hey Vibemakers, it's Lila with LB Novelties. Welcome to my workspace. Today's a fun video in regards to tips. I really wanted to do a video to share some fun tips that I've learned along my journey in the past few years on Instagram and here on YouTube. But this video specifically I want to dedicate to all my planner newbies wanting to start an Instagram planner account. If that was one of your goals that you set for 2021 and you're trying to figure out how to even do it, where to start, I'm going to give you a couple of tips because again, I started from nothing. I had no idea what I was doing, had no social media experience, and I'm always constantly learning. So I think, like I always keep repeating, make sure you're researching, watching videos. A really great option to learn a lot, and it's super quick and easy, is your reels on Instagram. I've learned so much in the past few weeks just with Instagram reels on how to update my Instagram stories. So like I said, it's always a continuous thing to keep learning and seeing how you can freshen up your social media. But for this video, I'm going to share just like basic tips on how to start your planner account, and maybe I could share some tips in regards to like photo ideas or just how to even create content and like how to schedule it out. So let's get to figuring out how to start that Instagram planner account. All right, so you've decided to do an Instagram planner account and you're like, this is my goal for 2021. I see all these people doing planners accounts. I'm a planner newbie and I'm like wanting to share my creativity. Totally cool. Let's do it. How do you make it happen? I first want you guys to decide whether this is going to be something that you do as a hobby, where you're just sharing your content, just wanting to share your creativity, or if it's something that you want to eventually grow into a personal brand. And you're probably wondering like, whoa, I just want to do like share my content. It's totally fine to just share your content, but you have to also know if it's something that you eventually want to grow into something else, so you know how much time you're going to dedicate to your social media platform and how much you want to invest in it. And not in regards to money. I'm talking about like your personal time, your creativity, because content creation takes up a lot of time. And I want you guys to know that too. So if you just want to share your planner pages just to be able to connect with others and make friendships, which is an amazing thing, I definitely recommend. Even if you don't want to do more elaborate in regards to your social media platform, I just recommend having a page where you can connect with others, because the planner community is amazing and I've made a lot of amazing friendships through it. But I'm here to just share some tidbits for those of you that maybe want to grow it into something more. So once you've decided whether it's going to be a hobby or something more in regards to being a content creator, this is where you'll make your decision in regards to your Instagram account type. Now, when I started Instagram, there was only 2 types, but now there are 3. There's personal, business, and creator. When I first started, I started my account under a business because I was wanting to start LB Novelties as a small business, and that was the concept of just having an Instagram page for LB Novelties. LB Novelties has grown into something else, and I'm just going through a fun journey through it, and I've really enjoyed it, and that's something I definitely recommend too. If you're starting this journey, I know you're really excited and you've put down in your goals, I want to do this, and this is what it's going to be. Yes, set goals. I think it's really important to set goals and put them into action, but with an open and flexible mind. Now, when I say this, you have to be open to see what opportunities come your way through your access of social media. When I started again, I was going one way and my journey led me another. And that's why I want you to always keep an open mind and see what can become available through this journey. And I'll share more about that in a little bit, but let's stay on track in regards to accounts. So there's, like I said, 3 options. Business one, I recommend if you are going to be a business of like owning sticker shop, like a sticker Etsy shop, or anything that is going to be selling to others. Yes, it's great to have the business option. Now, if you're just going to be a content creator, I say creator. Business and creator both give you the insight option, which is great because insights lets you know what's going on in regards to your engagement rate, how your posts are doing, the likes, the impression, the reach. It lets you know about your demographics of your followers, your follower accounts, how you're doing in regards to your follows. So it's a lot of information that is resourceful that you need to have if you do want to grow your social media platform into something bigger. So that's just something you need to keep in mind, is like whether I just want to do a personal page and I'll just, use a page that I'm using to share my stuff as a hobby, or I want to, create something that may become something bigger in the future. So that's why I definitely recommend keeping it in the creator account, because so you've picked out what type of profile you want to do. You have your niche picked out. Okay, I want to do planning content. Again, you can do any niche you want, but let's just stick to planning because that's what I'm aiming for as my planner newbies. I know you guys are really excited to start some planner accounts. So you've got that all figured out. What's next? Picking out a name for your planner account. And this is something you really need to take the time to think about and make sure that your name represents you. And I've seen so many amazing names out there that I've seen that are planner related. Now, this is something I also recommend you looking into in regards to what it is that you want your name to represent, because there are some that I've seen that out there that have plan in it, some type of plan word in it. So you know when you go look at that account, it's planner related. That's a really great way to do it, is making sure you feature some kind of plan word in it so you know it's a planner account. But this is what I recommend for those of you that are starting and you haven't picked out your name. I think you also need to make sure you incorporate a little bit of you in that. And when I say that, it's a way to be able to recognize like, oh, that's that person and they're not just planner. Like if you are planning on doing something more than just planning in your account, then I would say feature a little bit of planning, but with a little bit more of it. So for example, I'm just trying to think of someone. Okay, my girl Michelle, her name is Plan on It. Amazing name. I love that name. And so you know immediately it's a planner account. So you're like, perfect, I love it. But then there's my girl Christine, and hers is Twinkle Plans Her Day. Still has a plan on it, but it has a little bit more of personality in it in regards to the Twinkle, because that's her nickname. So Twinkle Plans Her Day. So you get to see a little bit more of her in that name. And then you can go to someone like Mandy from the current squad. Hers is Create with Mandy. Now, that's a little bit different. You don't really know it's about planning, but you know it's something in regards to creating something that might be related to the arts, to the crafts. So there you go. Now you're probably thinking, well, Lila, yours is LB Novelties. Like it has nothing to do with planning. And yes, it doesn't have anything to do with planning. Like I said, when I started it, it was supposed to be for my t-shirts and novelty items that I wanted to sell, which I'm still hoping to get into that in the future. But I've really been enjoying what I'm doing now with my content creation. And I'm contemplating whether I should change it, but everybody already knows me as LV Novelties, and I just have the brand already started like that. And I've already licensed the name here in Arizona. So I've already, paid for the name with the LLC. So I'm just going to keep it like that, because eventually if I do decide to go into starting the business, I will have just the name associated with me. So those are the little things that you need to think of, is like when you start your name, it could be something as simple as like, I love Michelle's Plan on It. Maybe you add a little something like Christine did with her nickname, or you can even just go into like Create with Mandy, where it's like letting you know there's more than just planning. There's a lot of fun stuff in regards to creating stuff. So that's what I definitely recommend, is figuring out your name in the beginning, because once you've selected your name, that's kind of how people associate you. They know you by your Instagram handle, unless you do your personal name, which you can do that too. There's a lot of content creators that just go by their name. But one thing I definitely recommend, if you do decide to do just your personal name as your Instagram handle name, right underneath, you can also list out another name. So if you were to like look at mine, it says LB Novelties, and underneath it has my name, Lila, Content Creator. So you can use that as other option, because whenever anybody's looking up your name, like if you were to go in the search option on Instagram, it'll bring up LB Novelties, and right underneath that you'll see Lila, Content Creator. So you can do that too. So it could be maybe your name, and then right underneath you can do planner and creativity, whatever you want to do in there. And that way people will at least know, okay, it's a planner related page. Because again, not everybody knows everything about the planner community. We know because we're in the planner community, but some other people are like, well, what's that? So you just need to think about your name and how to approach it so that people can associate it with you and know what it is about, what your page is about. So pick your name wisely, and you can always switch it out. There's a lot of people that have switched out their name. I believe Linnea from the squad, hers was Make a Happy Plan, and now it's Linnea Creates. So she switched it out recently, and she still has her twist of creating in there, because you see the word creates, but now you have a little bit more of a personal with her first name in there. So you can always switch out names if you need to, but I'm just bringing some of theirs because those are the ones off the top of my head. But I have seen some amazing, one of my favorite ones that I saw was Becky with a Good Plan. That one I love. I'm just trying to think of other ones. It's like you're putting me on point right now trying to figure this out. But yeah, that one was just one that resonates with Becky with a good plan. That makes me laugh every time. So I'm like, that's a good one. I love it. So you could always have fun with your names too, and just put like a fun twist to it. And it's something that people remember. See how I remember that one? And y'all, I know people by their first names versus their Instagram handles. Like if I see your handle, I know what your first name is. I love to have that personal aspect with my followers. So if I see your handle or your like profile pic, I know, oh, I'm like, oh, it's this person. So that's why I remember people more by first name than like their Instagram handles. But there you go. Figure out your Instagram handle name, and then we'll go on to the next tip. Okay, so you've picked out your account profile type, you've picked out your name. What next? Next is your bio. You need to figure out what you're going to put in your bio. So I have mine right here, and as you can tell, it says Lila Content Creator. It also lists out planning, photography, lifestyle. And with that, I'm listing out what it is you'll find on my page. And a lot of a lot of content creators, they list out their niche. So some of them are just lifestyle pictures. Some are just planning content. Some are just photography. And I know that a lot of people, I know this is something that like you hear in the social media world, try to stick to one niche. But like for me, that's really hard. I can't stick to one thing. And I know my personality, I want to share more than that. I don't want to be stuck in one box and just be like planning and that's it. So mine says planning, photography, lifestyle, because I love to plan. I love photography and I love lifestyle photos. And that's when I decided that like my page was not just going to be content to share for the planner world or to share for this niche. It is more a representation of Lila. So when you come on my page, you'll get to see, yes, planning content is a majority of it. I'd say 80% of my content has become planning content, but I'm slowly wanting to add more to it than just planning. So that's also like why I say be flexible with your goals, because you might start out with one idea when you start social media. Maybe 2 years down the road, you're like, you know what, I'm taking this direction. So be flexible and know that you might end up switching your style, whatever it is that makes you you. And that's just part of being human. Like you're going to change a little bit. So I am wanting to take my personal brand into a different direction. So that's why you need to make sure you list out what people will find on your content. So that first sentence is planning, photography, lifestyle. I also listed out Live with Sparkle and Shine because I host Live with Sparkle and Shine with Danielle from Mama Planner Designer, and that is something that we're planning on growing out as well in 2021. So I want to let people know you can find videos on my page for that, and eventually we're hoping to get our own page for that and get that all situated, but that's a whole different goal for this year. So what else do I have listed? Oh, I also have listed that I was a Happy Planner Squad alumni, and that you can find my YouTube videos, and I point down to that link, the bio link. That bio link is very important, guys. So if you have a YouTube channel, I would say put your bio link there. Just put your YouTube channel. And I did have I think I do have a video showing like how to use Milkshake. It's a website app that is free that you can use for Instagram, and definitely go check out that video because I don't want to make this video too long, but that's how I have my bio link listed. But that's the thing I want you to think of is when you're listing out your bio link. A lot of people put like whether they're a wife, a mom, or a single, or if they're a nurse, or if they're a doctor, or if they're a teacher, or whatever it is. I honestly don't have any of that listed on my bio link. I want it to be just representing my page and my personal brand. So you can list out whatever it is that you want people to know about you. So say you want to say like, you know what, I don't know, I'm trying to think of what you possibly, I do have on there, I'm trying to think, daydreamer or creative daydreamer, because I'm such a daydreamer. So I wanted people to know that like I constantly think of all these goals that I have in mind. So I think it's fun to list out like a little fun twist about yourself, some personal deets if you want to be personal. Like again, if you do a creator account, you don't have to go so much into like personal details, but if you do, if that's a way for you to be able to connect with your followers, then I say yeah, share it, and think about what it is that you want your followers to know about you in your bio. So use that bio so people know who you are, especially like if someone sees a post, they might be like, when you do your insights, if you go under like the three dots, you can see your insights, and then you can also see how many profile visits that one post got, and then you can see, okay, well, and then with the profile visits, I know I keep hopping, but I just want you guys to know this. If you see your profile visits, scroll a little bit more and you'll see where it says follows. So if you're seeing that if there was 4 profile visits and then there was 2 follows, that means 2 people that saw your profile followed you. So there must be something that you put in that little bio and then your content that they're like, you know what, I like it, let's follow. just a little tidbit is sometimes it's just that one half, that first half of your page that people see is mainly your profile picture and your bio. And then if they take the time to scroll through your content, that's another way to get them to follow you. So make sure you use your bio wisely. All right, so my final tip in regards to just starting your planner account is having fun with it. Don't let it stress you out and think, I need to be like this person, they have this, right? This person. I think you really need to just to do trial and error and figure out what it is that you want your page to do and represent. I started out, I was like scattered and my pictures were all over the place. I think that's one thing I wish I would have taken time to really study, but again, I was just like going with the flow. It's figuring out the layout you want, and again, you don't have to do it precisely like other people do it, but it's a really easy way to plan content if you decide whether you want a checkerboard effect, and that's just like where it goes colored backdrop, white backdrop, color backdrop, white backdrop. There's other options where it's like a puzzle piece. Other ones is where it's just flat lays. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. People do like pastel colors, people do monochromatic. There's people that do like quotes and then a post. So it's just something you need to really like study up on, is making sure you figure out what it is you want your layout to look like. Because I think that's something I wish I would have known back then, but like I know now, and I'm still kind of working with it. Sometimes I'm like in the mood where I'm like, you know what, I want to do like all color post, and then I'm back to checkerboard. So I'm always kind of like playing around with it. So I think my goal for this year is to be consistent with the layout style, and that's what I'm trying. Y'all, I'm trying, because it's just I get really like, I'm like, I want to try this now. So it's just my personality. But I think if you are able to at least stick to one layout style, it's easy, especially if you're starting out, and getting a schedule fixed for your posts, and like figuring out, okay, Mondays will be this, Tuesdays will be this. You don't have to post every single day. You don't. Like today I didn't post. It's my first time I haven't posted like in a long time, because I post every day. But I was like, you know what? I don't have content to share today. I'm just not going to post. It's okay. And at first I was like, oh, I want to post. But then I was like, be flexible. It's okay. So there you go. But I do recommend being consistent. Try to post at least 2 to 3 times a week, guys. Especially if you're starting out, you need to at least be consistent about posting. If you're only posting once a week or once a month, and then wondering, why is nobody following me? Why am I not growing like other people? Like I said, this is work. It really is work. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes of planning out what I'm going to create, sitting down here filming. This is just a whole different aspect. This is like YouTube, but I think you really need to put that in mind too. Like if it's something that you want to create to become something bigger, you're going to have to put the work in. If it's something you're just going to be sharing just for fun, then don't stress out about it. Like just share, and you don't even have to worry about layouts. You just share and go with it. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's brands that have grown without having to like plan it out, and they just share. That's totally fine. But you still have to create the content and take the pictures and edit it. So there's still work for that too. But hopefully that kind of helps you to see like, okay, I need to see, will I be able to time manage this? And it is possible to do. You just need to be realistic about your goals. Because I know a lot of, at least when I start, I'm like, oh, I want to do this and that and this. When you start, be realistic about your social media platform. Be like, okay, I'm going to set this goal, and this is something I feel like is attainable, and I know I can put my time to it. So you're not stressing out and wondering, oh, why isn't this working? Don't make it stressful for yourself. So hopefully that helps, guys. And yeah, those are my tips for Instagram planner accounts. I know it's pretty simple, and like you probably find this on other channels, but I figured I'd give it my twist. And like I said, I'm going to share a little bit of how I started my journey. You're wondering like, how the heck did you end up in the planner world if you're new and you don't really know anything about me? I started, again, LB Novelties with t-shirts and wanting to like design t-shirts and novelty items. And I bought the Happy Planner system to help me with my business, my small business that I had. And I fell in love with the system so much. And then I saw the planner community. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like on Instagram. So I started scrolling and seeing everything. Again, I still did not intend on having a planner account, but I was like, you know what? I want to share a little bit of my planner stuff. I love it. So I was like, it's a part of me. So I shared it. And I think maybe a month into sharing planner stuff, I did a video that I did for IGTV, and it was just sharing myself dressed up as Happy Planner girls, getting ready for the spring release. And that's how I was recognized by the Happy Planner. They saw it and they shared it on their stories, and the rest is history. That's how I ended up, falling more in love with the Happy Planner and planning community. And I started sharing more, and I started drawing in my planner. So if you're going to be doing a planner account, make sure that your planning content is making you happy. It's authentic, it's true to you, and it's allowing you to be you. I think that's something to like, don't fall in that hole where like, oh, I see this, so I have to do it this way because I guess this is what it's. No, like these things are for us to be creative and have fun. So just do it. Like just throw some stickers and show it and share it. And you know, you'll always find someone that loves it. Everybody has different styles. All right, Vibe Makers, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed those tips. I knew there was a little bit more information there than normal, but I just wanted to share as much as I can because I get asked a lot of questions on my DMs and it's always having to type it. So I figure I'm like, why don't I just do a video? And I could just be like, here's a video where I'm sharing all my tips, and it makes it easy for you guys to hear it from me. And hopefully you guys get encouraged to try out your own planner accounts and have fun with it. That's the #1 tip I recommend. Have fun with it. Don't let it stress you out. Enjoy it and see where it takes you. I mean, you never know. You might start with planning and end up somewhere else, you know, a couple years from now. And you're like, you know what? I started doing planning and now I'm doing this. So you just never know what is in your path, in your journey. You just have to be open-minded to receive. Always remember that. Open to receive the opportunities. All right, Vibe Makers, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new, welcome. Hit that notification bell to let you know when I've posted my most recent video. And as always, guys, peace and love.